Broadcast team, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And we look now at the Lions offense.
One way I really judge a player's value is when opponents know what your strengths are, yet they still can't take that away. That tells me you're a heck of a player. For Theo Riddick, everyone knows about his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, yet he's still the primary target for Matthew Stafford on just about any passing situation.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme. So he
and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. From the 50, it's Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
Over the middle, complete to Tate. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. That is caught inside the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Their confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They go back to Riddick. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Kerry Hyder in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Fresh set of downs here. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very...
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Ziggy Ansah able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On the return, it's Tate. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Here's Riddick. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards there for number 15.
And there's Golden Tate doing exactly what he does well. Extra yards after the catch.
Exactly. To your point, among wide receivers, no one had more yards after the catch than Tate last year at 635. Here's Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bud Dupree in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the 1st down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a 1st. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. James has got it. Complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Hard throw, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Lions will take over. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, They are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You may also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And to the left side here, Wilson. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
11 more on that one and another first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Stafford now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Throwing is Stafford. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So that's their 3rd trip to the red zone, but all they have to show so far is 2 field goals.
Tough sledding in this game for the offense. They get to the red zone. Normally you count on a minimum of 3 points in each red zone trip. Not so far in this game.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdown. These guys need to give Larry some touchdowns to talk about.
Things are too easy for him right now back in the studio. Come on, guys. Help the man out. Give him something to talk about. Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the first half.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Malaluga. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Roethlisberger. That's complete. It's Bell. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Johnson's got it complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got Rodgers. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Roethlisberger finding Rodgers, and the Steelers convert on 3rd down. Roethlisberger will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
We have hit halftime. Still two. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting.
And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 83 yards. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. On first down, it's Stafford. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him for a loss of 5. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Third and long, it's Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. With it is Brown. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Caught here by Bell. And he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. Bell is so good at that. He just catches so many passes near the line of scrimmage. In fact, the unique stat line for him last year, he had more yards after the catch than total receiving yards from the line of scrimmage on the season.
That doesn't even sound real, but when you analyze his game, you understand why a stat like that can occur. His ability to catch the ball, be elusive, and also strong enough to break tackles, that allows him to gain all that extra yardage.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Second down now after the pass completion. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Roethlisberger to his big target, James, all 6-7 of him for a Steeler first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now it's Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Here's Roethlisberger, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. And that one puts them on top here in the third.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's
rush coming, and he's taken down. Here's Stafford now on second down. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, Stafford over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
On the ground, it's Riddick. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Theo Riddick, 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Quick hitch, complete. It's Bryant. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Akeem Spence breaking throw to get him for a loss of 7. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
On the return, it's Niall Davis. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 53 yards. With that last completion, we've been waiting for it. That means Ben Roethlisberger has reached 50,000 career passing yards.
And what I've loved watching is how he's accomplished it. In the pocket, out of the pocket, taking hits, making plays when you think there's not one there. Big Ben gets it done. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to...
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Sammy Coates, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And this one through the uprights and good. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at the 3. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he connects with Ebron. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he's going to be shoved down pretty hard at the 32-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Out left side here to Bryant. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And James has it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing that. That's big time right there, right? That means everything just about has gone right for them and his squad in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That's a tough one not to hang on to on 3rd and goal, but good job defensively to get there and jar it loose.
Agreed. That was really, really nicely done because there's no pass interference on the play. Timing excellent to get in there and knock it away. A win for the defense, and it brings up 4th down.
And he is out of bounds here. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Riddick. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Riddick with a carry. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Detroit, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.